Okay, so the next part of this workflow is to get the mass model imported as a family into a project. What I've got here is a brand new project that I've opened up for my template. The first thing I want to do is bring in the family, which is a mass family. So I'm going to go back to the family that I've just created and saved. Let me go find the file here. Okay, and one thing I've found is that it won't automatically show up. You have to go down to your families window right here, go down to mass, and it will actually be part of the mass family. You can drag that family into your workspace, okay, and it'll tell you that it's going to enable the mass mode. So if I'm in the level 1 view and I pull this mass over, it's going to ask me what I want it to do. I'm just going to say place on the work plane, and then it's allowing me to pick. You can see it coming in here, so I'll sort of just try to center it generically, show where I'm working. Okay, and then I'm going to pull, maybe for good measure, I'll pull my elevation targets out. Whoops. So I get my elevations to work. Now if I go to 3D view, zoom extents, there's my mass. Alright, just like I created it. Just like I created it in my massing family. I can do shading with edges there. So there's my model. And now all I need to do here is start applying some materials, some wall materials and some whatever kind of materials I think I want to these faces. And the way you do that is up here in this conceptual mass dialog. So if I want to model something by face, I say I want to model a wall and start applying it, and I can pick whatever kind of wall I might need to. So in this case, I'm just going to keep everything pretty generic. Let's just go for a generic 12-inch masonry wall here, and I start applying it to my surfaces. Now I'm getting real walls on my mass. Okay, come back over here, start working this. Sometimes I'll get the can't keep elements joined dialog, and I find a lot of times it has to do with how I want to place the wall, whether the wall is placed on the face of the exterior, whether it's in the center line or so on. That actually does affect the placement, and you can change that. So I can make this and have it go to the center line of the wall, and it'll adjust it. Sometimes I have to go back and I retrim these walls out just to get them cleaned up again. If I want to handle some roofs, I can also do that. So I can come back here and I can go roof by plane, and let's just say I want a generic 9-inch roof, and that's going to form this mass right here. The other thing is, if you go to picked faces location, it can tell you where you want it, whether you want the top of the face to line up at the top of the roof, whether you want it to line up at the bottom of the roof. For now, I'm just going to keep it to the top of the roof. And then the other thing is you pick the plane that you'd like this to model to in your model. So just say I want to model here at the top plane, and let's say create roof, and now you get a roof here, and say, okay, I'm going to come back here and make this element. Same thing, pick that wall, and say create pick that surface, say create roof. Whoops. Now I've got a roof here, and I want to come back here, create these pilaster elements. So I'll go to model by face, and I'll model walls, and make that, maybe that's just like a a generic 6-inch masonry. So here's my masonry wall. Maybe these are like stone elements here, and you can see it's pretty easy to model. What I like to do is kind of get my elements modeled in the right way, and then come back and create whatever systems or walls. If I want to change the material or understand the makeup of that wall better, I can do that quickly. I like to model these first, just kind of get all the similar types built in the model, and then I might just go in and change that element type and create a new wall makeup that sets that whole thing up. So that's pretty cool. And now if I want to come back here and create windows or whatever, or look at an elevation, start to understand it, it gets pretty easy to see if I get the right elevation shown here. There we go. So here's my front elevation, and if I unclick the show mass, whoops, there we go. That's another thing I've noticed. I'm not sure it's a problem with our templates or not, but sometimes in the views, if you don't have this phasing right, you won't see your elements visible. And so what I just did here was change it to show complete, because this will be what the final phase of the project is set up. Might be a problem with our own templates. So if I show complete here, that view will display the kind of all of the things I've just created. And then at this point, it gets pretty easy to create an opening. So say I want to create a window opening in here, or just a hole. Maybe I'm going to put some. I guess I'm create something in here, and I'm going to nest some curtain wall in there. So I'll finish that wall. And now I've got this aperture ready to go, and I can create a wall in there. And the thing to do is, I think, to be a little bit loose about how you're creating these for the time being. This is always something you can revise and revisit later, and get this stuff to actually come up right. But what you're trying to do right now is get the basic concept down, and quickly. And so it's important to be loose about what you've shown in the massing. If you need to adjust things in this model, you can do it independently of the massing. It's not a big deal, but the important thing is to kind of move it forward, recognizing that you're going to iterate and come back. Another thing you can do is create curtain systems by face. So I'm going to have this curtain system pop up here, and it's going to come on this face right here. And I'll say create system. And now it's created a curtain wall system right here. If I turn the mass off, I can now see my curtain system. And in fact, what I'm going to do for this model, I'll show the mass back on again, is create the entire model. All of the main walls will be curtain system. That's kind of what I did in this workflow, and that allows me to create bands of things. There's a million ways to do it, but I thought the curtain system was nice because it will allow me to align regulating lines across the entire facade very, very quickly. And in the next tutorial, I'll kind of go over how to do that quickly.